Good morning. This is the Sporting Tribune today. I am Alysha. This is my co-host Fredo, and we have a lot to get into today. Fredo.
Yes. Good morning, everybody. And we do have a lot to talk about. There's a lot in the sports world right now, a lot of breaking news surrounding the Los Angeles area, in the football world, baseball world, and even basketball world.
I know so much going on, but I am a rip the band-aid off kind of gal, and I want to get right into the Dodgers. Last night, their second lost
Yes,
in Miami, right? They
yes,
fall
yes.
11-4. Lance Lynn giving up, was it 19 runs? It felt like 19 runs. That fifth inning was terrible. Uh, I,
Yes.
and I feel for Lance Lynn. But Lance Lynn has given up the most home runs in all of Major League Baseball. He's now up to four, three of them last night in that fifth inning, and I just don't know that. August seems so far away, Fredo, so far away because it has been such a horrible September for the Dodgers and Dodgers fans, right?
Yeah, no, it definitely has right now, especially that series. They got, they lost 3 out of 4 against the Atlanta Braves here at Dodger Stadium. And then now, they're making it look difficult out there in Miami right now, which is not a good thing, especially with everything, the news surrounding the team as well. I'm not sure that's affecting some of the players in the vibe, in the locker room. Hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully it doesn't. But right now, the Dodgers just got to get their pitching together. We have been hearing that Walker Buehler is scheduled to maybe make a comeback later this month, which would be another weapon that the Dodgers might be able to pick up and help them out heading into the postseason. Because for someone that had Tommy John surgery and been out for over a year, you can't really expect much from him heading into the playoffs. But Walker Buehler has been in big games and big situation in his career, so hopefully he's able to come in here and help the team out with the win or two in the playoffs because they're pretty much needing some pitching right now.
Pretty much needing some pitching. You are being very kind. We definitely need pitching as a Dodger,
Yes.
but for sure, I think a lot of hopes are out there, hoping Walker Bueller does make a return this season. I'm not sure if that's going to happen because of the situation they were in. If you would have asked me this same question last month when the Dodgers were just on a tear, I could see that competitive person that Walker Bueller is wanting to be here, right, for the postseason. But man, everything has taken, a 180 turn. Now, Walker Bueller did pitch this past Sunday, and he had two perfect innings, which makes Dodger fans want him to come back even more. But yeah, aside from Jason Hayward last night, it just wasn't a great night for the Dodgers at all. And maybe they could turn it around. The Atlanta Braves, you brought up the Braves, they just are a better team. And playoffs are they get a little crazy, a little wacky. So I'm not saying the Dodgers can't win, but I think they made it more difficult. And adding to that is the news about Julio Urias. I don't want to get too much into that, but Major League Baseball has officially put Julio on administrative leave. Everybody knows that, and what that means, just in case somebody doesn't know what that means, like Trevor Bauer, this means the MLB is officially investigating Julio, and we probably won't see him the rest of the year. It starts at 10 games, I believe, Fredo, but they can extend that as long as they want, as long as Julio is under investigation. And what MLB does is separate from anything the courts or the police department does. This is their own investigation. So it is not looking good for Julio at all. And Dodger fans are just super bummed out. I get it constantly.
Yeah, it is devastating to see someone, the type of player that Julio Urias is, and seeing that, this is not the first time that it's happened. This is the second time that's happened, the second time in almost what 2 years or 2.5 years or so. The first time, a lot of players usually kind of get that little slap on the wrist and hey, don't ever do it again. Hey, improve. Apparently, Julio was told to take some domestic violence classes, and I'm not sure if he's been able to keep up with all that throughout the years. But it just seemed like it happened apparently after the LAFC game because he was at the LAFC game with some of his Dodger teammates as well. So seeing that situation happen, it sucks. I know most of the details have not really come out yet right now where we really know what really happened. But till that comes out, I guess right now it just seems like Dodgers, Julio Urias will maybe most likely not pitch again for the team.
I agree. I feel like, yeah, the felony domestic abuse, that charge, yeah. I don't want to get into the legalities of it, and it's such a bummer because we're also talking about their lives,
Yes.
and it's involving families, and it's just such a bummer. But speaking strictly about baseball, I agree with you, Fredo. I don't think we'll see him back. The Dodgers have already canceled Julio's bobblehead night, which was scheduled for later this month. And yeah,
That was
it's
actually going to be a nice bobblehead because it was the
the
WBC bobblehead. Yeah, the Mexico one.
Yeah, I know. We did not see this curveball coming for the Dodgers and just piling on top of piling. It just not a good September. And again, speaking strictly about baseball, I don't want to get into um, what Julio's personal life is going through right now. Just awful, just terrible.
Yeah.
So why don't we talk some let's get into
Positivity.
it's like a holiday for so many people in
Yes.
the country, right? It is officially the kickoff of the NFL season.
Yeah, buddy.
So tonight we've got what is it? The Chiefs and the Lions. That should be a good one. But some bad news about the Rams. Get into that, Fredo.
Yeah, the bad news with the Rams, wide receiver Cooper Kupp pulled his hamstring during practice, and it seems like he will be out for the first weekend of football in Seattle. They do play in Seattle the first weekend, which it's going to make it very tough now for Matthew Stafford and the Rams to try to pull out a win without his wide receiver weapon in Cooper Kupp. But they are saying that it's not going to be that difficult of a hamstring injury right now, and they're most likely saying it's going to be about a week or two. So he's possibly projected to play in week 2.
Yeah, I do like that. It's like bittersweet, right? He's not out for, I don't even want to say it out loud, out for the season. It is an injury that he can return from. And, he missed some time last season with an ankle injury. So
Mm-hmm.
hopefully Cooper Cup gets healed up and he gets a little sana, and he'll be right back. And Stafford and Coop can do what they do, which is magic when they've got it together. But I was gonna tell you that I'm getting a lot of grief from a lot of Rams fans, my family included, because they have Cooper Cup on their fantasy team.
Oh no,
Well,
I am
I
so
know.
sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. That is the
Sorry.
biggest mistake you could have done right now. Oh my lord, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
So you on any fantasy teams, and how many?
I'm in only one this year. Last year I was
Mhm.
in two, and I thought it was too much. I know a lot of people do two, three, four, and fives, and sometimes it's just too much to worry about too many different players. Like, okay, I have this quarterback, I have this quarterback. But I was, even though it is the day of football now, because the season does open up tonight, and I know some fantasy drafts are kind of being closed down like at 2 o'clock Pacific time.
Mhm.
Hopefully, you never know. I might join one from now till then.
Right? I feel like it's taken over football, which is great for
Yes.
the NFL, right?
No, no, definitely, it's definitely a good thing. Definitely a huge team. But what do you think, Alysha? Right now, before we kind of move on from the Rams, like what do you think the Ram season is going to look like
Ooh,
overall?
ooh, like I said, I like to rip that band-aid off. I don't think it's going to be a great season. Um I don't think Sean McVay is not the kind of leader that would allow tanking or any of that nonsense. But I do know just from the team that is built as you and I are speaking, it's going to be a rough season. And we're going to try to find the bright spots for Rams fans. So make sure you keep it here and check out the Sporting Tribune every day, all day. We will be bringing you the latest, right, from all our Southern California teams. But
Yes.
I can't see it going any way but downhill for them, which I feel really bad for the Rams. They did. I'm not mad as a Ram fan, a lifelong. I can't be mad because they went
Mm.
all in to get the chip and it worked. So I'm never gonna like accuse the Rams of not being competitive and not wanting to win. They did it. We've got a Super Bowl championship. So maybe next year when Caleb Williams comes to the Rams, we could get it
Woo! Well, right now, interesting that you brought up
I'm
the
manifesting it.
Heisman.
I'm manifesting.
Yeah, there is. Well, interesting thought because a few days ago, there was a GQ article that came out where Caleb Williams was featured in it, and his father, Carl Williams, did say a few interesting comments in regards to his son's career. He mentioned like, hey, if there's not a perfect situation for my son out there, he might just come back for another year at school because he is technically a junior right now, and he can return for his senior year. And I did get a chance to catch up with Caleb Williams during practice, and they asked him the question. They asked him, hey, like there was a GQ article that came out. Your father said this, and it was an interesting response. I don't know if you got a chance to see that, but I do have the clip for everyone to check it out right now. So check out. This is what Caleb Williams had to say.
I had mentioned about how the potential number one pick in the NFL, that might factor into your decision whether to go pro or not. How big of a factor is that in your decision?
We got Stanford this week, and that's what I'll be worrying about. Game's 3 days out, and so it's the main focus, main goal is to go out there and win versus Stanford, and not let my teammates down out there on Saturday. So that would be the answer to all of those questions towards the NFL. I have 10 more games left here that I'm given, and then we're working for the last 3. So that'll be the answer for all of that. But next question, please. What was it?
That was his quick response in that. He was so professional. He was like, hey, look, right now I got 10 games left with this team right now. I'm not worried about what's going to happen for my future. I'm just worried about possibly getting the national championship because that's what has been on his mind. He's like, I got to get that trophy right there. It's the one that really matters to him right now.
I love that. I love how professional he is. And what can he say, right? His dad put it out there, put it in the universe. I feel like you and I know who his dad is talking about. The situation that Caleb Williams would not want to enter, isn't it Arizona?
Correct. Yeah.
Rumors have it allegedly that organization is pretty dysfunctional and doesn't have it together. And I feel like Caleb Williams, since he was a child, has had it together. And with the new NIL deals and how successful Caleb has been in his college profession, or not profession, his college football career, there you go. He doesn't need to go to the NFL. Before you had to go to the NFL to get paid. Now he's getting paid. He's on at least 3 commercials, national commercials that you and I have seen together. So like, it's not something he has to do the way football players used to have to do at the collegiate level. He's good.
Right now, yeah, because this is the second or third year that now they're able to make their own money on the side, and now they're getting money off their jersey sales, and being around the campus of USC, you see like there's jersey stores everywhere. There's stores everywhere of him, jerseys being sold, and and they made a comment about it too. It's like, now it's so okay to see an athlete driving a beautiful Mercedes because he has like 3 different cars. And it's like, now you can't question none of that because that he's making the money the right way. Because back in the days, like, you see Reggie Bush, you see Matt Leinart driving a Mercedes. It's kind of like, okay, where did you get that money? And it's like, now you can't really question that. It's like, don't be driving that out in public.
Some families have money,
right.
But Reggie Bush, I still think he deserves an apology from the NCAA and definitely give him his Heisman back. That's a whole nother show. Let's get into that another time because
seriously. Oh man.
What do you want to get into next? I feel like we might be running out of time, but it is a very exciting time. Everybody's got their snacks ready. It's NFL season. It's like religion in this country, right?
Yeah, quickly right now as we speak about the NFL, of course, the Chargers as well, the other LA football team will be opening up the season here at SoFi Stadium this Sunday afternoon against the Miami Dolphins. That's Tua Tagovailoa and Justin Herbert, who just picked up his contract, the highest paid player in the NFL. will be taking the stage at SoFi Stadium Sunday afternoon. I'll be there checking out all the amazing coverage, and hopefully, I feel that head coach from the Chargers yesterday, Brandon Staley, did mention about saying like, look, this team, we have that Super Bowl mentality. He's like, I know we have all the odds against us, but on paper, they got the right pieces on paper. And at the end of the day, it is the coach's job to make sure that all those pieces on paper come together and they make something special. And I feel very, very good about this year's Charger team as well.
I love it. And I love that you're going to be right there in the trenches reporting back from SoFi. I can't wait to hear about it. I do know I have a lot of friends who are Chargers fans and they love attending those games. So I'm going to have to get to one.
Definitely. And I have to get to it. It's a long season. There's a lot of good games too, especially that Patrick Mahomes and Justin Herbert matchup. It's going to be one to watch for.
That's right. We have till January 7th. It's going to be all NFL. We've got the playoffs coming up. I feel like you are everywhere, Fredo. So thank you for putting in that time with the Sporting Tribune. You are everywhere, man. You just got to
problem.
Keep up.
Yes, definitely, guys. And of course, everyone follow us here at the Sporting Tribune. Follow Alysha. Follow myself on Instagram and Twitter because you're always at Dodger games too, man. I got to catch Dodger games sooner than later as well.
That's right. Got to get ready. October.
Yes, I know. Best time of the year.
Yes, it is.
All right, Alysha.
We got to wrap this up. You got to get ready for tonight.
Yes.
Gotta get the grilling.
Oh, yeah. Woo, burger times.
That's right. Everybody, you guys have a great day. Check in tomorrow. We have more Sporting Tribune updates here with Fredo. Take care.